This is Free Speech News here, and every day we have more and more evidence coming out each day. And the left, the corrupt politicians, they can no longer run away from it. It is not going to go away. And I just want to say to Rudy Giuliani, I wish him a speedy recovery. And a little bit of news over the past 2 days. We have the Georgia General Assembly is being called to convene on December 8th at 10 a.m. Now, most of us know December 8th is that so-called Safe Harbor Day. And the people that put this forth need to get 29 signatures from the Senate, which I do believe they'll get. And these two dates, December 8th and December 14th, I keep hearing that they don't mean too much, and the real date is January 20th. Now, experts say yes, but we know the corrupt politicians, the mainstream media, we know they're going to push these two dates. And we know the mainstream media will be on those two dates trying to say they are set in stone when they are not.
Follow up to my last video. This week, the Democrats and their allies in the corporate media are going to try to convince you that those of us who have grave doubts about the validity of this election are simply out of time. But let's look at the reality of the calendar per the United States Constitution. It is true that there's a 7-decade-old statute that suggests that December 8th and December 14th are important dates for the election. However, this is critical. Even federal legislation cannot supersede the Constitution of the United States. A new white paper, excellent white paper I recommend you read, put out by the Thomas More Project's Amistad Project, says this: disregard the statute in favor of the plain meaning of the Constitution. Per the Constitution, only one time and date matters, and that is high noon on January 20th. Now, obviously, it's optimal to know who the incoming president is well in advance of January 20th. But my point is, we are not even midway between the election date and January 20th. I don't want you to lose your sense of urgency, but I also want you to be confident that we have time to verify and validate and count every legal vote.
We also have probably even bigger breaking news. We have Justice Alito, who has changed the date for Pennsylvania to respond to the emergency injunction that was set forth by the Trump campaign. Now, that date, whether this means something or it doesn't, that date was changed from December 9th to December 8th again. Now, whether this means something, we shall see. Now, is he doing this because he is going to agree with the injunction and the so-called Safe Harbor Day is the 8th and it will stop any further movement? We don't know, but we are going to find out very shortly. And remember, Justice Alito is the one who ordered the segregation of the ballots to begin with. Now, those two dates are not set in stone, so we have a little bit more time. And all this evidence continues to pump out. And we also have Jenna Ellis from the Trump team confirming that the Trump team was issued access by a judge to 22 voting machines in Michigan.
Yeah, well, the big news coming out of Antrim County, Michigan this morning, Pete, is that a judge actually granted our team access to 22 of the Dominion voting machines for us to conduct a forensic audit. So if you remember, this is the county that had the switch of 6,000 votes from President Trump to Joe Biden, and that was an unexplained and so-called glitch. And so our team is going to be able to go in this morning at about 8:30, and we'll be there for about 8 hours to conduct that forensic examination, and we'll have the results in about 48 hours, and that'll tell us a lot about these machines.
Now this is huge. And you heard it correct. They have access to 22 Dominion machines. And I hope they have somebody very, very smart on this, because this is their chance. This is their chance to show how corrupt these machines are. And we've heard rumblings of breaking out algorithms with them putting votes in and counting them by hand and seeing what happens with the numbers. And these machines are obviously corrupt just for the simple fact that they have decimal points in their counts. That makes no sense. A vote is a vote, and a whole vote is a whole vote. There is no decimal points. And we have this video coming out that came out a couple of days ago. And the video is telling, and it shows a lot. It shows that the affidavits are true, that what people said and put into their affidavits are true, and they are not making this up. This is clearly a crime. You can see what they did, and it was planned. This was not thought of within 20 minutes. And the lady with the purple shirt put that exact table where it was at 8 o'clock in the morning. Her daughter, also involved in one of the 4 people that were counting votes. She, coincidentally, is caught on video clearly passing a USB stick to somebody. And as you see in the video, they are not doing it in a way that makes it seem like it's okay. They know what they are doing will get them in trouble. Just by the way they passed it off to each other, trying to be slick, but they got caught. And if the DOJ or the FBI, which they probably won't get involved, especially the FBI. Now, DOJ, I don't know what's going on with them. Could they just not be telling the enemy what they have? We don't know. But this footage and these 2 videos are clear evidence of crime and them trying to hide the fact of them doing it. These people need to be investigated. They need to be investigated before something happens to them. Before they have a bad, quote-unquote, car accident. And if no one investigates these people, then our country is lost forever. When you have blatant evidence of election fraud, of things they are not supposed to be doing on video, and nobody investigates it, we have a serious, serious problem. And we have Sidney Powell, who said that she has a bag of shredded ballots in her office that she has to go through. And what will those ballots show? Because we know Secretary of State had recycling trucks coming to the warehouse and picking stuff up. And we have people on the ground with video, and I'm sure we have people on the ground watching what's going on. And that's how they got these shredded ballots. What comes of it, we shall see. And coming out of Georgia, we have 58% of Georgians calling for a special session. 58%. But Biden won, right? Just like for President Trump's rally, there was 256,000 people watching on YouTube versus Joe Biden's speech on Thanksgiving that gave him only 1,000 viewers. But Joe Biden has had the most votes in history. I think not. Now, tomorrow is December 7th. The so-called Safe Harbor Day is Tuesday. And we're going to have a lot of action going on these next couple of days. I think Monday, tomorrow, is going to be the biggest day of them all. Because we have the Trump team who examined the machines. And I'm sure they're going to release something if they found something. So we shall see. But Patriots, we must continue to fight on. The corrupt will be exposed. And we, the people, are going to come out on top. They are not going to get away with this. This is not going to happen in America. And we must keep fighting to save this land, to save this nation. We must not quit. We must not give up. Because we, the people, are going to win.